We have 25,000 views on Facebook and places all over the world. If you are joining us, hashtag MFD, and we will be trending for the rest of the night. Is that right, MFD? MFD 50. Oh, hashtag MFD 50. Very good, so you know what to do. Wonderful altogether. Now we'd like to take a wee look back, some memories of past festivals.
Beauty contests caused a flutter too in the Rosses and Gweedore. On the day this year's Mary from Dunlow was named, between 6,000 and 10,000 people visited the town. 14 Marys from as far away as London and New York vied for the title. It went to a 17-year-old Manchester girl of Donegal parents, Deborah O'Brien. RTE2 DJ Paul Clark chatted the Marys.
The atmosphere in the school hall in Dunlow was electric as the final judging and interviews with the 24 beautiful girls continued on stage. With the judges then still in session, the girls filled in with that familiar song. Earlier, we spoke to some of them.
Well, we have the Donegal Association of Chicago, and every year they sponsor a Girl for the Mary of Dunlow, and I just happened to enter and just happened to be lucky enough to come.
Well, if you're involved with local Donegal people in Chicago, you must have an Irish background.
Yes, my great-grandparents are originally from County Clare, and they came over to the States about the 1900s, and they settled in Kentucky. And my great-grandfather was a riverboat pilot, and apparently he had an Irish temper, and he shot and killed the town bully and had to leave town by midnight.
Really nice guy.
It's my grandfather.
Mary Davern from Mayo, Castlebar.
Castlebar. Where were you chosen, Mary?
The Traveller's Friend Hotel in Castlebar. It's a disco.
Are there Donegal people living around there who support home ground here?
Yes, there is.
What do you do?
I'm a hairdresser in Adam and Eve's.
Is that the Castlebar?
Castlebar, yes.
I see. What kind of hairdos should we all be having in 1986?
Well, we're going back to the 60s styles. A lot of the scrunch dreadlocks and onto the face.
Now, I see by your badge that you are Tina McNaughton and you are the Dunlow representative in the Mary from Dunlow competition.
Yes.
How did you come to enter?
My mum phoned me.
And told you?
Yeah, I was at school at the time, and she phoned me one Tuesday evening, and she says, how do you want to go in for how'd you like to go in for the Mary from Dunlow Festival this year? And I hadn't planned to go in it at all. And I said, sure, I'll try anything once. I'm exhausted.
And meeting lots of people who are feeling delicate the morning after.
Everyone's feeling delicate. Everyone we meet out at night looks pretty delicate, so I'd say they don't feel too well every day.
I'll try and do some Irish dancing.
How much Irish dancing do you do?
I was 4th in the World Championships a few years ago. And
yes.
I was All-Ireland champion and Ulster and Leinster. That was when I was around 10 till I was about 13.
And do you do much of it?
I did. I did a lot of it, but I'm still very interested in it.
Very good. I bet you did a bit of Irish dancing in Greece.
No, I did the Greek dancing over there.
Oh, did you? I see.
I tried it anyway.
Yes. Did it work?
So.
I see. All right. What are you going to do for us? A reel?
I'll do a reel.
A little reel. Have we got a reel, don't we?
So will everybody join in a clap?
Lovely, lovely. to look back. Great to see Gay there, and our thoughts are certainly with him and Kathleen. And Linda Farrell as well there, one of our former winners. She and Anne O'Callaghan are two of the former winners who are since deceased. So we think on them, and may they rest in peace. John, I think it's time to meet another Mary. From where does she hail?
Niamh Gavigan, sponsored by the Cope Dunlow. Niamh Gavigan is 19 years old and comes from the small village of Kilcar along the wild Atlantic Way. Niamh is currently studying English, drama and music in UCD, where she's just finished first year. Music has always played a huge role in her life. Likes to play the fiddle and piano. Please welcome our Donegal Mary.
And Niamh is accompanied by her escort, Mark Curran.
Hello, how are we? How are you getting on?
How are you doing, Niamh? All the way from Kilcar.
I am indeed, yeah. How are we?
Very good. It's lovely to have you in Dunlow. Tell us who is here from Kilcar with you tonight.
Oh, who isn't here from Kilcar tonight? The whole gang is down, my football mates and the fam and all, and the neighbours and the cousins, and the list could go on.
Some of your family here. Is your mum and dad here?
Yeah,
Where
they're
are
right
they?
there.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's your mum, Colette, and your dad.
Liam, yeah.
Did you know that I went to school with your mum?
I did, yeah.
You did?
I had heard.
You heard that. And did you know that I could have been your father? I'll bet she didn't tell you that. But we'll say no more.
We'll leave it at that.
Your daddy is listening and Magella is here, so we can't go any further. Oh, Lord, memories, memories, memories. That's it. That's it. Well, obviously, coming from Kilcar, you are very aware of the festival.
I am indeed, yeah. Well,
what is it like being a Mary?
Well, representing Donegal has actually been a dream come true, because I've been coming to the festival. My mum's from Meanmore, so we've been coming to the festival since I was very young, and I just always adored watching the Marys and just wanting to be one, and it's just amazing that I am one today, and I'm honoured, really.
So what was it like on the parade, on the float, or in the car you were in today?
Oh, it was good fun now. It was very good. It was an experience, all right.
Now you are in your first year of your studies. What are you studying?
I am doing English, music and drama. I'm hoping to go on to do secondary teaching at some stage. But yeah.
English, music and drama. The music is very big with you. You play a lot of instruments and you sing, I think.
I do, yeah. I sing and I play piano, and I've done a bit of fiddle back in the day as well, so I'm well into the music and all.
So where does the music come from?
Well, my dad's dad, he played the fiddle, so we think it came from there, but we don't know.
Now, you're also very big into the GAA. Well, being from Kilcar, it's big GAA country.
Yeah, no, it is now indeed.
But you are involved in your own right too. Tell us a bit about that.
Oh, well, last year, me and a few other girls were involved in a really successful programme called Gaelic for Girls, where it enabled young girls under the age of 10 to be really involved in football and have their own experience with it. And we trained them and taught them skills and everything, and at the end of it they got to play in Crow Park with against other teams that had the Gaelic for Girls programmes, and it was a great experience, and I'm delighted that I was able to be part of it.
Now, do you think there's enough done for girls' Gaelic football?
I think there could be more, but
what do you have any views on what maybe could be done to make it better for them?
I just think it should be emphasised more, that there should be more support behind it, more encouragement, and just that everyone just supports it like they do with everything else, that kind of way.
Now, if you won the Mary from Dunlow tonight, what would it mean to you?
It would mean the absolute world to me, because from a young age, my nana has always been saying, whenever we go to the festival, oh, look at all those Marys kind of thing, and encouraging, and she was just very supportive behind it all. But I was very young at the time, and I never kind of thought I would get the opportunity, but I am absolutely delighted. And unfortunately, my nana and granddad aren't here to be with me in this experience, but I hope I do them proud.
Absolutely, you do them proud, and I'm sure they are watching. They are definitely watching. What memory will you bring with you from the festival now that you are a Mary?
There's so many, to be honest. There was a day during the week when we all went to Letterkenny and us all in the high heels, and we got on the bus and we took the high heels off and the feet were just balloons. Balloons, like.
Was that your first time ever in Letterkenny in high heels?
Well, I've been out a few times in Letterkenny, but
I
not
bet
like
you've
that.
been out a few times in Letterkenny. Where did you go in Letterkenny? What places did you visit?
We visited just like the sponsors and that kind of stuff. So we visited Boots and Evolve Menswear, and we also went to Micklehenny's that day, and just all the really big sponsors that we had throughout the festival that we really appreciate.
Very good. You didn't go to Donez?
Sorry?
Donez?
Dunno.
You know that? Donez? Dun Stores.
Oh.
I'm only kidding, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding because you're your mother's daughter, that's why. You're going to sing a song for us, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to sing Caledonia. It's a song that...
The Scots people will be delighted with that.
It means a lot to me, so I've sang it since I was young.
And we have some people coming too. Who's joining you too?
This is Mary and Jean. They're going to be helping me throughout this, so...
Very good, very good.
Thank you very much. I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me. These last few days I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs that made me think about where I've come from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, know that it would leave me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I have moved and I've kept on moving. I've proved the points that I needed proving. I lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the fellas and left them sighing. Stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I've traveled hard sometimes with conscience flying, somewhere with the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, know that it would leave me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Donegal Mary, Niamh Gaffigan.
Thanks so much.
Lovely. Just lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, John. Where do we go to next?
Sarah Meakin, sponsor, Glasnevin Irish Band. Sarah is 19 years old and is currently studying HNC childhood practice at college in the hope that she can proceed to university to study primary school teaching. Sarah's granny's wish was for her to become a Mary and represent her city. Please welcome our Edinburgh Mary.
And Sarah is accompanied by her escort. That is Mark Doherty. Very good. Lovely. Welcome. Good on you, Sarah. You're very, very welcome. 19 years old from Edinburgh.
I am.
What is it like to grow up in the beautiful city of Edinburgh?
Well, I actually grew up just outside Edinburgh in a town called Bathgate, but
Okay.
I always have been. I've always been to Edinburgh. Most weekends I go, especially when it's like the festival over there. Spend most of my time there in the gardens. They have doing all the touristy bits, going to the port, like the beach, Portobello, just different things.
Now, you have connections here in Donegal. Where are they, or where are they from?
Well, my great-grandfather, he was from Keju. So, throughout the years, from his family, they grew up going on holiday to Dunlow, and then my Gran and Papa, they brought their children over to Dunlow, and it's just progressed throughout the years, so...
So you have come periodically?
Yep.
Were you aware of the festival?
Yep.
Did you come festival time?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Festival's been a huge part of like my family, my childhood. Going to all the different activities, like throughout the week, basically, yeah.
Is this something you always wanted to do, or did you think about being a Mary?
Not really, if I'm honest. I never had the confidence. It was my gran who actually wanted me to do it. And she used to always tell all our friends in Dunlow that I was going to be an Edinburgh Mary one day. And I used to always say to her, oh no, definitely not, I've not got the confidence. But I knew I had to do something for her, and as I got older, I built the confidence up more. And yeah, so she became really ill, so I knew I wanted to give something back to her, and here I am. I'm in Edinburgh.
Well, that's lovely. That's lovely. Good girl. Well done. Now, you were telling me about your dad being here in 1969, and did he take part in the race?
He did, yeah. He took
Now,
part.
first of all, are your parents here? Or
They
is your
are,
dad?
look,
Where are
that's
they?
them two there.
Very good. Is
He's
Dad there?
hiding.
There he is, okay. So tell us about Dad.
So he took part in the races up the main street, the running race, and which he actually won. So he won a medal, and to this day he'll still tell you all about this race he won. But he actually, all the way up, he was running up the hill, up the street to go back to his house, and he was telling everybody he won the medal, and by the time he got home, he'd lost the medal.
He lost the medal. After he won the medal. My goodness, isn't that unbelievable that you would lose the medal? Well, come up here, Dad, for a minute. It may have taken us 49 years, but here we are, the medal that you won in 1969. Now, your studies have brought you in what field?
Yep, so I'm studying childhood practice, so I want to become a primary teacher. I've just actually finished my HNC childhood practice course, which I'll graduate in October, and I'm going back to college at the end of August to do my higher level.
And
So-
that will that lead to primary teaching?
Yep, that'll lead me to go on to do university, which when I'm at university I'll be able to do my primary teaching.
So in 10 years' time, where will we have Sarah? Where will she be? Will she be teaching, or will she have travelled? Or what if you had a dream, or you could express that dream, what would you love to be doing?
Well, I'd love to be teaching, but I'd also love to travel, because I would want to work. I want to travel and work with other, be able to work in schools throughout the different countries, and be able to see the different teaching styles, and be able to be a role model for all the children. So.
That would be great. Well done. Now, have you enjoyed your week as a Mary?
I've loved it, yeah. You get treated like royalty.
What did you enjoy the best? What part of the week did you enjoy the best?
I have to say I think it was Wednesday when they had Super Value Fun Day, and we went to Mahari and we done the coastal adventures. I really enjoyed it. I was a bit scared to do kayaking, but once I was in it, and it was so much fun.
Did you do that in the sea in Mahari?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was just in a little, it was just in a little lock, like next to it.
Oh, on
like,
the lake, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking if you were out at Crowley Head, you might never be seen again. You're going to recite a poem that you've written yourself, is that right?
I have, yeah. It's all about my memories from Donegal.
Very good. Well, we would love to hear it.
Yeah. The memories all started to be created back in the year of 1998, travelling over to Dunlow when I was only 6 months old. As years went on, I remember each trip, waking up before it's light, jumping into the car with a pillow and a blanket, squished into a tiny space surrounded by an overpacked car, knowing the travels to Donegal had begun. Coming off the ferry and straight away moaning to my mum and dad, how long now, and are we stopping at Letterkenny? Before I go any further, as I got older, it became a tradition to stop at Letterkenny for what my dad thought was a toilet stop, but really a trip to Penny's. Spending many days at Gweedore, Carrickfinn, and not forgetting Mahari. Waking up in the morning, wondering what would be up to that day. I will always remember the many days spent in Dunloe. I love spending my time on the Flying Fox, where I'd even get my grandparents on it as well. After a hard day of playing, there would always be a big bowl of vegetable soup waiting on the table by the fire in Dunloe restaurant. Hearing the words, "we are going to Letterkenny," would and will always put a smile on my face. When I was only 6, I insisted on spending my holiday money on rollerblades and skating around the full of Letterkenny Park, forgetting the fact I couldn't skate, so of course not ending well. We would always be down the town when the festival activities were happening, cheering our friends on who were taking part. All the chat about the festival activities would lead to my dad telling the story of himself competing in the races when he was a little boy, and I can assure you he made sure that everyone knew he won. After spending the day around the doors, the first thing on everyone's mind would be, what's for eating? Well, I know for sure mine's. Everyone would always get ready to go out, which you can imagine in a small house with one bathroom being quite a struggle. My gran would always be the best dressed out of the lot of us, knowing that she was going down the town and most definitely bump into someone. The Bay View being the place to find my gran and all her friends, as they welcomed my gran and papa with open arms, probably because they were never out of it. I will always remember the many days where I got taken over to Arranmore to visit my gran's friend. The first time I went up the Arranmore Lighthouse. I was a child who liked to bring fear to my family's eyes, a fearless child. I think that day my gran and dad could have had heart attacks as I was allowed to go up to the very top. These are just a few of my memories from the many years spent in Dunloe, where they hold a huge place in my heart. Dunloe will continue to provide me with lasting memories as I get older. My love for this sweet town will forever remember me of my childhood years, the place I wish I was all the time, the place I call home.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Edinburgh Mary, Sarah Meehan. Lovely Sarah. Thank you very much. Don't forget, if you're watching on social media, Facebook or wherever, YouTube, send us a message, #MFD50. We'd love to hear from you. John, where is our next Mary from?
Victoria Sexton, sponsored by Rory's Auto Spares. Victoria Sexton grew up in Rathmuck, Kildare. She moved from Kildare to sunny Florida in 2003 with her family. Victoria is currently a student at the University of South Florida, where she is pursuing a dual degree in opera performance and in business marketing, and is also an ambassador of the School of Music. Please welcome our Florida Mary.
And Alicia is accompanied by her escort, Ryan Green. Oh. I must have this wrong. Here we are, our Florida Mary.
Hello, Daniel.
There we are, Victoria Sexton, our first ever Florida Mary.
Yes, exciting.
How are you doing?
Doing well.
Now, from the Sunshine State, but not always from the Sunshine State.
No, I grew up in the lovely Kildare, so I was there until I was 10, and then I moved to the beautiful Sunshine State with my mum, my dad, and my 2 little sisters.
And are there any of your family here tonight?
Yes, my mom and my sisters are here, and my cousins and some aunties and uncles, so we've got the whole gang.
Where are they? Where's all the gang?
And in the back.
Mum is not from Kildare, though, is she?
No, Mom is from Newton Cunningham, and she remembers many a summer working at Sweeney's during the Mary from Dunlow Festival. She said she dropped a salad plate once, so that's her embarrassing story.
When did you move to Florida?
I was 10, and that was in '03.
'03. And
Yes.
how did you come? Did you, as a family, you moved to Florida?
Yes.
How did that come about?
We moved as a family, and my parents were there for a little while when they were young and had no sense, and they decided that they loved it. So they applied for green cards, and in '01 we got called. And since she was my mom and my dad was married to her and we were her kids, we all got to move right next to Disney World.
And what was it like being that age, moving to Florida?
You know, it's a huge move for a 10-year-old, but when you have two little sisters and you're told that you get to move right next to all the princesses and Mickey and Minnie, it's really not that bad.
Now, you have studied at the University of Southern Florida, is it?
Yes, South Florida.
What did you do there?
I study opera, and forgive the voice, but we've been trying to get it back all week. And I also study business marketing.
Opera and business marketing. Well, I've heard the voice at the beginning of the week, and whatever it's going to be like tonight, I can tell you folks, it is amazing. How does business marketing and opera combine together?
Well, you know what? I get asked that question quite a lot, and performing, what better way to market yourself to be a performer? So it's all about marketing yourself, and they go hand in hand in my books, so I think they will do me well.
Now, tell me about this sorority. Am I pronouncing that properly?
Yes, indeed.
Is this like the Legally Blonde thing?
A little bit. So I'm in a sorority, and it's called Alpha Delta Pi, and it was the first one ever created, so we're first finest forever. Go Diamonds. And we raise thousands and thousands of dollars a year for the Ronald McDonald House, and we're like our own little private government of girls, and we all live in a house, and it's an absolute crazy house, but it's a lot of fun.
No boys anywhere?
No boys allowed above the first floor at all.
Never?
Never.
Very good.
We're angels.
Angels. And any parties? Must be parties.
Well, you see, we leave the parties to the boys because in America, 16 girls living under one roof, if you add alcohol to that, then that's considered a brothel, so we don't want to go there. We leave all of that nonsense to the boys.
So you don't have...
My mother is extremely embarrassed that I just said that on TV.
There's no alcohol at all?
No.
16 girls?
60 in the house.
In one house?
Mm-hmm.
60?
60. 3 floors.
My goodness.
Yes.
Are you sure it's not a convent?
I'll take that home with me.
No, you do a lot of volunteer work. Can you tell us a little bit about your trips?
I do. So when I was 18, I started going to the beautiful Playa del Carmen in Mexico, and there I have 83 gorgeous little kids, and I'm the most fluent speaker and the youngest by 30 years in our group. So I do a lot of the translating, and I run a sports camp for the little kiddos and keep them out of harm's reach while the parents are running a medical camp, and the men build a 3-story church, and on the first floor we've got the sanctuary, the second floor is classrooms, and the third floor we've got some apartments.
So hablas español?
Ah, sí, un poquito.
No hablo mucho, vivo en Tenerife para...
Oh, Daniel, here we go.
Sí, mucho.
You have a hidden talent.
You have no idea. It must be wonderful, though, to work with children like this.
You know, my favorite story, and it's a sappy little story, but it really adds humility to your life when my first trip, I gave a little boy who was 3 years old a pencil, and it says, Jesus te ama, and that means Jesus loves you. And he immediately burst out crying, and I can't talk about it for too long because I'll get choked up talking about it, but it was the first thing that he ever owned of his own. And they're the happiest kids because they don't know anything different. So.
Now, you being the first Mary ever from Florida, it's amazing. What memories will you bring back, and what will you tell people in Florida about the festival?
You know, we have a good friend that's from Dunlow, and he used to always slag me and say I haven't seen the most beautiful part of the country, and I'm inclined to think he's right, because Dunlow has stolen my heart. The people are wonderful. The girls in this festival are fantastic, and win, lose, or draw, we have memories to last us a lifetime, and we hope we still have our minds at the 100-year reunion so we can talk about the fun times we've had.
Well, Victoria, I just think that you may well have your mind, but I don't know that I'll have mine. You're going to sing for us, and I know you're worried about your voice, but we would really love to hear that.
I'll give it a go.
Voice. Thank you.
Do we have the handheld?
I think we're going to use this. Just
Oh,
stand,
all righty
stand back
then.
a little. Oh, Victoria, you should never sing without a sore throat. Isn't that just amazing? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Our first ever Mary from the Sunshine State of Florida, ladies and gentlemen, Victoria Sexton. Thank you very much, Victoria. Lovely. Thank you. Oh, that's fantastic. We are really having great feedback from our social media, and thank you very much. We'll be going to Rachel in a wee while to find out some of your messages. But in the meantime, John, where is our next Mary from?
Alicia Medford, sponsored by Malone's of Glasgow. Alicia Medford is 20 years old and currently a full-time student studying law. She devotes her free time to volunteering for charities close to her heart, including working with the Irish Heritage Association in Glasgow to promote the Irish culture and language, and spending periods of time in Malawi. Please welcome our Glasgow Mary.
Accompanied by her escort, Ryan Green. Hi, Alicia.
How are we, Daniel?
Thank you very much. Lovely, lovely to see you. All the way from Glasgow. You are following in your mum's footsteps, is that right?
I am, yes. Well, my lovely mother was the Glasgow Mary back in 1994. So I'm delighted and honoured to be here in the golden 50th year.
And she's here somewhere. Where are you?
Yes.
There she is. There she is. Lovely. And you've come to Dunlow an awful lot. It is a very, very special place in your heart.
It sure is. My dad is from Turberkeen, so not too far out the road. So I've had the most amazing family memories here. Dunlow would be my favourite place to come, and it is just such an honour to be here representing Glasgow and Dunlow. It holds a very, very special place in my heart, so I'm delighted to be here.
Is that how your dad met your mum here at the festival, or did he know her before?
Yeah, well, he knew her before back in Glasgow. They met back there, and it was actually my dad that got my mum involved in the festival, so he pushed her on to be the Mary in 1994, and here we are today.
Now, you are studying in Glasgow, is that right?
Yes, I am. I'm currently a law student. I've just finished my first year at Glasgow. I absolutely love it. I have such a variety of learning experiences there. And it's great. It's such a variety of courses, and it gives me such a great opportunity to help people as well, because there's so many avenues you can go down to make a difference.
Now, what kind of, when you say so many avenues, what kind of law would you like to do in the future?
Well, as I've just finished my first year, we have covered a variety of courses, so I don't have to choose just yet. But family law for me is probably one of my favourites. Family is so important to me, so to be able to use my knowledge and experiences to help other families if they're going through hard times or if they need a helping hand is probably would be what I would find really rewarding out of it.
Now, away from the study, you are very involved in charity. Tell us a little bit about the charities.
Well, first of all, I'm part of a lovely charity called Classrooms for Malawi. We're a small group in the south side of Glasgow who travel out to Malawi and Africa each year. We volunteer our time to build schools and classrooms. So we're literally bricklaying from the ground up every day for a month, and we get to experience what their culture is like out there and get to make a difference. So this year alone, we've got to build 7 classroom blocks in a rural village in Malawi. We've got to give over 8,000 children the opportunity to have a safe, happy, warm environment to learn in, and that is just so rewarding to be able to give them somewhere, because that is the key for children, you know, in developing countries. To escape poverty, education is just exactly the best way to go about it.
And you also recently, with some other people, set up another charity called Donegal Heart. Tell us about that.
So Donegal Heart is a charity extremely close to my heart. It was set up by a committee of some of my dad's great best friends. My dad, who's from Turberkeen, actually suddenly passed away just over a year ago. So we'd set up this charity as he has such a strong connection to not only Dunlow but Donegal itself. So Donegal Heart is a great charity in Glasgow. It promotes Irish culture, Irish heritage, and we also set up lots of charity work. So we actually held a ball last year and managed to raise an incredible amount of money, which we were able to split between both glioblastoma brain tumours, which was the kind of brain tumour that my dad had, which is a very, very rare form, and we also got to split it with the Padre Pio Foundation, which is another thing which was extremely close to my dad's heart, as he has such a strong faith, which he's now instilled in all of us. So it's lovely to get to do that.
You have a very strong faith. We heard you speak about it yesterday when the judges we're speaking with you. Will you just explain a little bit? I suppose I shouldn't be amazed at that, but for somebody so young to speak so openly, really, you know, it really impressed upon me.
Well, yeah, as you said, I suppose in the era I've grew up in, it isn't the norm or probably the most cool thing to express your faith or be faithful, but I'm part of the Scottish Youth Group back in Glasgow, and we're part of a group that travel out to Lourdes annually on an Easter pilgrimage. We take children from a variety of backgrounds that have maybe gone through a hard time, or they're maybe ill, or they've suffered a loss in their family, and we get to take them out there and have a magical week in Lourdes. And as I have such a strong faith, it is great to take children out there and to make them connected with their faith, and you know, grow their knowledge and see how they feel about their faith. And the best way we can to keep our faith alive is for the young children to get involved. So I'm really honoured to have that position to be able to instill it in young children.
Wonderful. You're going to say a poem for us, are you?
Yes, I am.
Very good.
Yes, I am. We've had so many fabulous singers out here tonight, but I think if I was to give you all a song, you'd all be heading for the door. So I'm not going to do that for you tonight, but with the help of one of my dad's amazing friends, who we took together all our amazing Medford memories, as we call it, and he has helped me compose this poem, which I hope you all enjoy.
Okay.
Thank you. In boyhood days, neath Tubbercane Brae, he stepped gently o'er wild Ross's shores. To a band of dear friends at July's sunny end, the Marys would drift through their dreams. What a magical place, oh the donkeys they'd race, from the cope down beyond Barrack Bay, where a rare unrider once unseated his rider when he turned right at Sweeney's for tay. At Paddy the Swings, our hearts beat like wings, and our pockets were empty by noon. We would gaze at the floats with a lump in our throats, but the parades always ended too soon. At Larne they set sail for Afton's sweet vale, when the sad day came to depart. Through granite and grit, through toil and pit, they toiled with their Donegal heart. Oh, how he'd yearn one day to return, his own sweet Mary by his side. Struck by Cupid's bow, he took his love to Dunlow, and soon his sweet angel became his bride. Hand in hand on Mahary Strand, we would walk under Croy's proud tower. As each year anew, our family grew into a blossoming bouquet of flowers. As we, Daniel crooned and the goat's mighty tunes glided our August sunsets, where friends in the street would gather and meet, sharing memories they would never forget. To his daughter passed down dreams of a crown bound with a mother's silk ribbon. I share Mary's name to Glasgow's acclaim, and I'll treasure the honour they've given. Oh, his spirit will soar through these stony shores, and a Donegal heart shall know. You've welcomed us here on this grand golden year, and we leave as daughters of Dunlow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our Glasgow Mary, Alicia Medford.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lovely, Alicia. Beautiful. Rachel, how are we doing away out yonder?
Hello, Daniel, and just want to let everyone know here tonight that we have over 35,000 views coming in from all over the world. And we have some lovely comments, some more again. We've got Audrey McCullough, who had a message for Sarah and said, your gran is watching down on you, and she's so proud of you tonight, Sarah. From Twitter, we have Debs Findlay, and she says she's cheering on Team Alicia, the Glasgow Mary, from a very proud big cousin. Ronan Heron tweeted that he's in the audience supporting New York Mary Megan McGill and says, go on, Megan. Megan Bodie is excited to see the New Jersey Mary and saying she can't wait to see our teenie, the best for last. And we have a lot of Daniel fans watching tonight as well. We've got May Malloy, who says you do us all proud being involved in every event, and you're a great ambassador for the Wild Atlantic Way. And we have Anne-Marie McLaughlin, who says Daniel is class. And Magella O'Donnell says she's enjoying the Mary from Dunlow Crowning Cabaret live on Facebook with Donegal Daily. Best of luck to all the Marys. Now, don't forget, our competition is running all night long, so don't forget to get your entries in, because we have a fantastic breakaway and €1,000 spending money up for grabs.
Thank you very much, Rachel. We're going to take a wee break. All of you at home, don't stay away too long. We'll be back just in a couple of minutes. So
with one evening meal in each and €1,000 spending money. To answer this question. In which county is the Mary from Dunlow held? For Republic of Ireland, text your answer followed by your name to 57252. Viewers in the UK, text 88990. Terms and conditions apply.
DonegalDaily.com, Donegal's largest news website. For up-to-date news, sport and events from Donegal, click DonegalDaily.com.
Ireland West Airport Knock, serving 23 international destinations across the UK and Europe. Just over an hour from Donegal and gateway to the Wild Atlantic Way. Ireland West Airport Knock, we're closer than you think. See IrelandWestAirport.com.
Patrick O'Day Hairdressing Centre of Excellence Letterkenny, voted best salon in Ireland in 2015, 16 and 17. Visit patrickoday.ie.
No Barriers Foundation aims to bring specialised robotic skeleton to our community in Donegal. This will aid in the rehabilitation of people suffering from spinal cord injuries, MS and stroke. Exercise is medicine.
Explore the Wild Atlantic Way from Donegal Airport. Less than 1 hour from Dublin and Glasgow. Book now on airlingus.com.
Evolve Menswear, Donegal's #1 menswear store. Find all your favourite brands in their stores in Letterkenny, Derry and online. Evolve Menswear, proud sponsor of the Mary from Dunlow International Festival.
Ballybuffet is the ideal base for your next visit to County Donegal. With 2 4-star family-owned hotels to choose from, let the Villa Rose and Jackson's Hotels welcome you. Fantastic value when you book direct.
Come visit the historical wonders at Fort Dunree. Wildlife, scenic walks and military museum boasting one of the world's best collections of coast artillery guns. dunree.pro.ie.
Tropical World. Yes, there really is a zoo in Donegal. Experience for yourself at Tropical World Letterkenny. tropicalworld.ie.
Imagine enjoying a relaxing break without all that airport stress? You can do this with JMG Travel. Book a no-fly cruise with departures from Dublin and Cove. Go to Iceland, Norway, Spain, Portugal, France, the Baltic Sea or the Canaries. Book your cruise at jmgcruise.com or call 074 91 35201.
Glen Columkill Folk Village, celebrating 50 years in business on August 7th. glenfolkvillage.com. Come and join in the fun.
Bus feeder for your luxury coach service. Donegal to Scotland up to 4 times weekly. Plus Donegal, Sligo, Mayo and Galway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just 1 minute, so if you take your seats, just
Donaghy
1
Safety
minute till
Training,
we go back on
consultancy
air.
and site audits, machine certification. Health and safety done the right way. Check us out on donaghysafetytraining.ie.
The Cope Dunlow, proud sponsors of the Mary from Dunlow Festival, at the heart of the community. Your community cooperative. Greenshoes.com stock a large variety of shoes for men, ladies and children. Shop in-store and online with free deliveries and returns.
Oh, welcome back to our 50th celebrations of the Mary from Dunlow. Delighted to have you all with us. John, without further ado, can you tell us who is our next Mary?
Kate Healy, sponsored by the Great Southern Hotel. Kate Healy is from Strandhill in Sligo and is 21 years old. After completing her leaving certificate, Kate went to Dublin City University to study international business with Spanish. She recently took part in the VHI Women's Mini Marathon to raise money and awareness for Deborah, Ireland. Please welcome our Sligo Mary.
And Kate is accompanied by her escort, Jamie Doherty. Well done, Jamie. Lovely to see you. Kate, how are you doing?
I'm very good, Daniel. How are you?
Very well, all the way from Sligo.
Only a stone's throw away, yes.
I don't know that your mic is on, Kate. What do we see?
Hello.
Can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
There we are. There we are.
Hello. We'll start again.
All the way from Sligo?
All the way from Sligo? Not too far away.
Not too far.
Only a stone's throw away.
Have you ever been in Dunlow before?
Well, I came here at the beginning of the week and I didn't think I was, but during the week I had a very fascinating discovery. I was actually here before I was born. So when my mum was nearly 8.5 months pregnant with me, she was at a wedding in the Austin, which is now the Waterfront Hotel.
It is.
And she was at a wedding with me and she was pregnant, and that was my first time. I don't remember it too well now, but I'm sure it was very enjoyable.
Now, you had a very interesting transition year from school. Tell us about it.
Yes. I was very lucky in my transition year. My parents decided just to get up and go. We're going to move to Spain for the year. So I spent the year in an international school just down south of Spain, and I did my first year of AS levels. But it was so much more than that. It was really a bonding year for all the family. The 5 of us went over. It was the first time with no distractions, no one else around us, and it was just real family time for us. So it was really lovely.
Now, are some of your family here tonight? Is your
We do. I think I
parents
spot them down the back there, yeah.
Where, are your parents here?
Oh, look at the sign. Yeah, mum, dad,
Oh,
and my
there
brother
they
and
are
sister,
with
yeah.
Kate.
Loads of family as well and friends.
Ah, that's lovely. Kate, you studied, obviously you must have spoke Spanish when you were in Spain, but did you study Spanish as well?
Yes, so I'm just going into my final year in DCU now. I'm studying international business with Spanish. So I'm just back from my Erasmus year in Madrid since last month.
And where will that bring you career-wise, studying this subject or these subjects?
That's still unknown. I'm very lucky. It's a very broad course, but I am thinking of perhaps going into corporate law. I would love to go teaching for a few years and travel. I'd love to teach Spanish, but I would love to teach English in some third world countries. So I'm going to Tanzania next summer with my friend, and we're going to help out in the community there, building and teaching and providing some medical supplies also.
Now, you're very into healthy living.
Yes.
Can you tell us a wee bit about that?
Well, I think at the end of the day, we can all agree that our health is our wealth. And I think so much more than healthy living, it's like mental health, feeling good about yourself. I think eating well, you know, doing your exercise makes you feel that way. And if we have our health, our happiness, our support system, I think everything else after that is a bonus.
Now, you talked about travelling. Do you think that it is important for young people to travel?
Definitely, 110%. We're only young once. I think we have to get out there, see as much as you can, discover new communities, new people, new cultures, experience everything. You only have one life, so.
Now, you're involved in charity work for Deborah, Ireland. Can you tell
Yes.
us just a wee bit about that?
So I found out about Deborah Ireland only recently. It's actually a very small, unknown charity in Ireland. It is a charity that fights for patients with EB, which is epidermolysis bullosa. Essentially, EB stands for Extraordinary Butterflies, which explains the patients of EB in Deborah. And these patients have skin as delicate as a butterfly's wings. So at touch, it's really, really sensitive, and it can end up affecting the linings of their body, so their mouth, their lungs, their esophagus. And unfortunately, it has been described as one of the most devastating diseases affecting children. And there's not enough research and there's no cure available, so Deborah Ireland provides support for the families and for their support systems, money into looking for a cure, more research into EB, and also helping the children and bring awareness to this really, really worthy cause.
Well done, you. What memory will you bring with you from this week in Dunlow? I know there are many memories, but what top memory will you bring?
Well, I think all the girls will agree with me that this whole week was an absolute fairy tale. We went into every single event, every new location, absolutely beaming. We didn't know what to expect and we were treated like princesses. But for me, the highlight of the week was visiting Dunlow Hospital. We visited the residential unit, and it was just amazing to see that, you know, we were just visiting there. It was on our itinerary, and we stopped by, and these people were looking forward to this for weeks. The women had their hair done, the nails done, the best brooches on. They were so excited, and I think it really humbled all of us. And, you know, we're so, so lucky. And I'm so lucky to stand up here tonight, and that was really the highlight of my week, to meet those people, to talk to them, and hear their story.
Lovely. You're going to say a poem for us.
Yes, I'm going to recite W.B. Yeats.
Well, what else would you do in You from Sligo?
Yes,
well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The Lake Isle of Innisfree. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin build there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with the low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway and on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
That will certainly bring a lot of us back to our school days, Lake the Isle of Innisfree. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for our lovely Sligo Mary, Kate Healy. Well done. Thank you, Kate. And thank you, Jamie, as well. Okay, John, she's waited a long, long time. Who is our last Mary for this evening?
Christina Gill, Bayonne Donegal Association. Christina is 24 years old and was born and raised in Bayonne, New Jersey. Christina has graduated with honours from Holy Family Academy in Bayonne, New Jersey, and has gone on to attend and graduate from Boston University in 2014 with dual degrees in finance and business law. Please welcome our Bayonne Mary.
And Christina is accompanied by her escort, Conor McBurty. Welcome.
Thank you.
All the way from Bayonne, New Jersey.
That's right. Yep.
And definitely New Jersey.
Definitely New Jersey, not New York.
Yes. And you're very proud of Bayonne.
Yes, yes I am.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. It's a very small town, only 3 miles long, in northern New Jersey. Only about 6 miles from Manhattan across the river, so I can see why it gets confused. But yeah, my whole family, born and raised there, and a lot of them still live there. Can't really go anywhere without seeing somebody I know. In fact, my sister lives across the street from me, my parents are 6 blocks away, and both of my cousins are on the 2nd and 3rd floor of the house that I live in.
Well, I have to tell you something. I have been to Bayonne.
You have?
I have been to Bayonne because my grandfather was born in Bayonne, New Jersey. My mother's father was born in Bayonne in 1876.
Well, my mom's in O'Donnell, so
well, there you are. You never can tell. You never can tell. We have lots of relations there. You might even know the Brackens who live in Sisson Court.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Well, they're our cousins, so there we are. We'll talk no more. We'll say more later. I have lots of news for you to give them when you go back. What are your connections here in Donegal?
Sure. So my mom's great-grandfather is actually from Burtonport. He emigrated to the United States some time ago and settled in Bayonne. After he emigrated, communication kind of faltered a little bit. It was kind of difficult to keep in touch. But actually, in 1971, my Aunt Judy was here on holiday, and the proprietor of the bed and breakfast she was staying at, they were having a conversation, and she, was asking about her background, and Judy knew that her great-grandfather had come from Burtonport, so she said, oh, well, we know some relations of one Cornelius O'Donnell just down the road in Meanmore, so my Aunt Judy just went and knocked on their door and hoped for the best. And she arrived at the beautiful home of Bridget and Packy McLaughlin. And as soon as she walked in, she noticed on the mantle that there was a picture of her grandfather. And it was actually the exact same photo that was in the apartment that they lived in Bayonne as well. So,
isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so we kind of rekindled the relationship from there and have been so fortunate to now enjoy relationships with Evelyn and Malachi, who is an escort tonight as well.
Now, like Alicia following in her mum's footsteps, you
Yes.
are following in your mum's footsteps.
I am.
She too was Bayonne Mary.
Yep,
When
that's right.
was that?
That was 1980.
Is she here?
She
I saw
sure
her.
is.
Where, and who else is there? Tell me who else is there.
There's my dad.
Your
right
dad
there.
and your mum.
The rest of my rowdy crowd is in the back there. Yeah.
Did she tell you a lot about what it was like to be a Mary?
She did, and I saw all the photographs as well, and I think that in particular, her trip here in 1980 was special because she was actually able to bring my grandfather back, and it was kind of rekindling that relationship with him and his family as well.
Is it anything, as your mother is back now being involved in the festival, has she noticed a similarity to those years, or has it changed immensely?
I think we're definitely a little busier than she was back then, and I think there's a little bit more hair and makeup involved. But besides that, I think, from what I understand at least anyway, the spirit of the festival really has remained the same, kind of from at least then till now. So it's great that we're able to kind of keep that spirit alive.
Now, you are, or you have degrees in finance and business law from Boston. Tell us what all that entails.
Sure. So I attended Boston University from 2010 to 2014. I studied finance and business law, as you said. So it was a lot of numbers, a lot of reading, and definitely a lot of hard work went into those 2 degrees. So very proud of that.
You're involved with 2 charities. What are they?
Sure. So the first charity that I am involved with is the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. So a good family friend of ours, she began to be involved in this in 2006 after her mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and she started this really amazing event called Tips for Parkinson's. And so she's kind of the brains behind the whole operation, but I'm so thrilled to be associated with it because it is the first Michael J. Fox Foundation event to raise $1 million over the past 12 years, I guess it is now. And the second one I actually am just recently involved with is called 2x Tutoring. And so what that would entail is just me going to kind of a neutral place and providing tutoring for students whose parents necessarily wouldn't be able to provide them with that opportunity.
Very good. Now, how did you enjoy the parade today?
It was so much fun. I'm so glad the weather held out too, and I got to see all the familiar faces that came across the Atlantic with me in the crowd, and it's so nice to have all those little girls waving and smiling at you, and they really do, I think, look up to us. So that was just so much fun.
Yes, it surely is a great day, and a great day for all of us here as well. You're going to sing us a song.
I am, yes.
Very good. What are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing "Make You Feel My Love."
Is that Adele? Is it?
No? Adele did a version of it. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and not compete with that.
You will be just yourself.
Yes.
Lovely.
Thank you.
lovely. Terrific altogether. You have no need to compete with anybody. In your own right, you can blast it out. Wasn't that just fantastic? Beautiful, beautiful piece of singing. Our very own Mary, ladies and gentlemen, Christina Gill. Thank you, Christina. Ah, lovely. Thank you very, very much. Well, that's all our Marys. That's all we have to meet. So now it's down to the judges. But I'd like to ask Malachy Cush, on behalf of the COPE, to say a few words. Thank you, Malachy.
Well, thank you, Daniel. I think I can speak on behalf of the judges here first to say what a wonderful evening we have enjoyed so far, to compliment all the Marys on such a wonderful performance. And also to compliment you, Daniel, not only for the great performance that you've put on this evening, but for how fully you have embraced this festival. I think I was watching social media and I don't think there was any event that you didn't appear at. So I think you deserve great credit and a tremendous job done tonight as well.
Thank you.
I was speaking yesterday to Mark Sharkey up at the beautiful Waterfront Hotel, and he was telling me how proud the COPE are to have an association with this wonderful festival and this wonderful crowning cabaret. How proud they are to be the fabric of Dunlow. I think they employ upwards of 120 people in this region, and that is so important to rural areas like Dunlow. He was just saying how they have, all his staff have embraced this. They're proud to wear the Mary from Dunlow banner, and I think he would be so proud to have his name associated with this wonderful festival tonight. And on a funny note, some of his staff were dressing up themselves in the shop and pretending to be the Marys. So you never know, next year he may put a Mary forward from the COPE. But on behalf of Mark and all his team at the COPE, they want to thank you all for your continued support and to say that they are so proud to be involved in this wonderful festival. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you very much, Malachy. And thank you, of course, again to the COPE Dunlow. I was very lucky when I was going to school. I suppose it couldn't happen now because it probably would be illegal, but I was working in the COPE from 4 to 6 on an evening after school and all day on Saturday from I was about 8 years old. And it's a great, great business here in the Rosses. Down through the years, Paddy the COPE was a great man. He had great vision, I suppose a man ahead of his time, to create this cooperative and give so much employment to so many down through the years that, you know, in an area where, I mean, we call it a deprived area now. Can you imagine what it was like way back all those years ago when the COPE started out? I mean, I was obviously can only go back in what I've been told, but he brought electricity to Dunlow, I mean, nearly 100 years ago. I think it was done with water. And I mean, how, you know, how forward thinking was that? So we're delighted that the COPE is part of this evening. They've been such a big part of the festival down through the years. So thank you very much, Malachy, for speaking on behalf of them. Are we having a good evening, everybody? Rachel, maybe you would tell us just a little bit. How are we trending yet? For God's sake, tell me I'm trending.
I think we're very, very close.
Mother of God, will you push the boat out?
We just need more tweets and more comments.
There's no harm in telling a lie an odd time, you know.
I will be honest. Now, just keep sending in your tweets using the hashtag MFD50. We're still reading them out. And thanks to everyone who has already sent in their tweets and comments and likes and shares, because it's so good to hear from you here in Dunlow. I will read out some more comments, though, and we have one from Kai Patterson, who's watching in Vancouver in Canada, and he wants to see a home win. Sheila Dalzell says, it's great to be able to watch this, and she's wishing she'd been able to be here. Hello to Daniel, and good luck to the Marys. Now, Katrina Boner is in Norway. She says she's in a bar in Oslo, and the owner is live streaming Mary from Dunlow through Donegal Daily. And she says, now I know Donegal is the coolest place on the planet. That's from Norway. Breed McGinty says, it's such a privilege to watch this live. Thank you to Donegal Daily. And now Joanne Chester says, it's amazing to see deaf community members commenting on social media. And Bernice Ryan Scott adds a good luck to Caroline, and she said the deaf community is rooting for you. We've got a nice one from Michelle Campbell, who says, Alicia, what a credit to your dad, your mum and Paula. We're both bursting with pride. And we have a comment as well from Amy Kate Callaghan, the Donegal Rose of 2017, and she's from Glenswilly, and she says she's wishing all the Marys the best of luck tonight in Dunlow, and they're in spirit, but she said she's sending her love. Now, we've had some wonderful comments all night, but we just want to thank everyone, but you can keep sending in your comments, and they're doing really, really well. And it's nice to kind of bridge the gap between here and the rest of the world. Now we'll go back to Daniel. And
thank you very much, Rachel. And I would like just to thank Cormac and Amanda as well. Thank you very much for giving your time tonight. It's really wonderful to have this service, and thanks to Caroline too, because without Caroline this would not have come to Dunlow. So it's tremendous altogether. You know, for those of you who are maybe watching on social media for the first time to ever see the festival, because we had it on our website. This festival started, of course, back, the first Mary from Dunlow festival was 1968. They had a festival here in 1967, just a small community festival, because the area needed some boost to the economy. And then they were planning another festival in 1968, and Daniel Gallagher is here, and his wife Peggy was the first director of that festival in 1968. And luckily for them, in the April of that year, a group called Emmett's Spiceland released the song called Mary from Dunlow. It went to #1 in the charts, and that gave this committee, who were struggling, I suppose, to get this small festival off the ground, it gave them the opportunity to have a name that was instantly recognisable. They had a song, and they had a reason for having this community festival. They were able to send out inquiries and requests to Irish communities, and especially Donegal communities all over the world, to see if they would send girls that would represent their town or city or area, and she would eventually, one of these girls would become the first Mary from Dunlow. So that's how it all began, from very humble beginnings. But, you know, I suppose things happen for a reason, and all of this aligned itself at the right time. So this is why we're here, 50 years later, that we are able to celebrate the 50th anniversary. So Daniel, on behalf of the people of Dunlow, thank you. And as I thank you all on your first committee. Mrs. Desi and Nancy the Cope and all the rest of the people. Now we'd like to just recap a little bit. Our judges have already gone. They have the incredible task to pick one of the lovely girls as the 50th Mary from Dunlow. But for all of us here, and indeed you watching at home, we want to take a wee recap so that we can maybe choose our 50th Mary from Dunlow. Let's have a look at this, and we'll see what we think.
As I stand amongst you here tonight, my thoughts go drifting back to when I was a little girl running along the track. I could hardly wait for the holidays when my mum and dad would say, "Get ready, we're going to Donegal, let's be on our way."
Caroline, you are a remarkable young lady. Our Dublin Mary, ladies and gentlemen, Caroline McGrotty. Thank you, Malika.
you're in a pub in Philly during football season, like, you know where you are. And then Dunlow would be the same way. It's the people. The people have made this entire festival. Everywhere I go, I smile because of the people.
Hello, how are you? How's everyone?
Lovely to have you here, all the way from the Big Apple.
Yes, New York City.
Well, you're from the Big Apple, but you are no stranger to these parts.
Oh no,
well, now you're not this side of the wee barra, but we'll not hold that against you.
But I keep telling everybody there's a nice Statue of Liberty to welcome me on my way.
John Hume led Bill Clinton over to me, and I was like, oh, can I get a selfie? And he's like, you gotta hurry. And I was like, right. So we got the picture anyway, so it kind of went viral that day. I was like, oh, that was great. But I didn't realise the extent.
Very good. Well, now that we're here. Now that we're here, you see, I wouldn't let it be with just Bill Clinton. Come on now, come out here with me. There we are. I may be the selfie king yet, you never know. You're some boy that is Daniel O'Donnell as your roadie.
Lucky man, lucky man. Okay, so I'll sing a song I wrote myself with my friend. So it's called Before All This. Come inside, son, catch your death out there. I can only watch the cold leave my inside bare. When summer
Evermore.
Now, what would you do with me now if I
What would I do with you? There could be a number of things. I could pop a wee colour in. I'm seeing a wee bit of silver, so. Or you might get maybe a wee buzz cut to show off your eyes.
A buzz cut?
Yeah.
What's a buzz cut?
Just pure gone.
Pure gone?
Yeah.
Glory be to God, if, at my age, if you're pure gone, that it might never come back.
Well, that's a risk you're going to have to take.
What memory will you bring with you from the festival now that you are a Mary?
There's so many, to be honest. There was a day during the week when we all went to Letterkenny and us all in the high heels, and we got on the bus and we took the high heels off and the feet were just balloons. Balloons, like.
Was that your first time ever in Letterkenny in high heels? Now, we were talking earlier about being live on Facebook all over the world, and you have people watching all over the world. Where are some of your friends watching tonight?
I do. So I have, I go to the University of Chester, so I've got lots of friends in Chester watching it tonight. They're all having different parties. And then I've got a lot of family in London that are all watching it. And then I've got friends in Australia that are watching it.
And you also recently, with some other people, set up another charity called Donegal Heart. Tell us about that.
So Donegal Heart is a charity extremely close to my heart. It was set up by a committee of some of my dad's great best friends. My dad, who's from Tubberkeen, actually suddenly passed away just over a year ago. So we'd set up this charity as he has such a strong connection to not only Dunlow but Donegal itself. So Donegal Heart is a great charity in Glasgow. It promotes Irish culture, Irish heritage, and we also set up lots of charity work. So we actually held a ball last year and managed to raise an incredible amount of money, which we were able to split between both glioblastoma brain tumours, which was the kind of brain tumour that my dad had, which is a very, very rare form, and we also got to split it with the Padre Pio Foundation, which is another thing which was extremely close to my dad's heart.
Really humbled all of us, and you know, we're so lucky, and I'm so lucky to stand up here tonight, and that was really the highlight of me, to meet those people, to talk to them and hear their story.
Lovely. So tell us about Dad.
So he took part in the races up the main street, the running race, and which he actually won. So he won a medal, and to this day he'll still tell you all about this this race he won. But he actually, all the way up, he was running up the hill, up the street to go back to his house, and he was telling everybody he won the medal, and by the time he got home, he'd lost the medal.
He lost the medal after he won the medal. My goodness, isn't that unbelievable that you would lose the medal? Well, come up here, Dad, for a minute. It may have taken us 49 years, but here we are, the medal that you won in 1969.
I've loved and enjoyed every moment.
Where are you? Very good. Carry on. Through laughter, fun and cheers, congrats to the Dunlow Festival on your 50 golden years. Well done. Well done. That's just lovely. You did a great job. And I can tell you that Granda Huey, I know, is very, very, very proud. Well done. We're on a commercial break now for 3 minutes, so maybe if you need to...
Ireland West Airport Knock, serving 23 international destinations across the UK and Europe. Just over an hour from Donegal and gateway to the Wild Atlantic Way. Ireland West Airport Knock, we're closer than you think. See irelandwestairport.com.
Patrick O'Day Hairdressing Centre of Excellence Letterkenny, voted best salon in Ireland in 2015, 16 and 17. Visit patrickoday.ie.
No Barriers Foundation aims to bring specialised robotic skeleton to our community in Donegal. This will aid in the rehabilitation of people suffering from spinal cord injuries, MS and stroke. Exercise is medicine.
Explore the Wild Atlantic Way from Donegal Airport, less than 1 hour from Dublin and Glasgow. Book now on airlingus.com.
Evolve Menswear, Donegal's #1 menswear store. Find all your favourite brands in their stores in Letterkenny, Derry and online. Evolve Menswear, proud sponsor of the Mary from Dunlow International Festival.
Ballybuffet is the ideal base for your next visit to County Donegal. With 2 4-star family-owned hotels to choose from, let the Villa Rose and Jackson's Hotels welcome you. Fantastic value when you book direct.
Come visit the historical wonders at Fort Dunree. Wildlife, scenic walks and military museum boasting one of the world's best collections of coast artillery guns. dunree.pro.ie.
Tropical World. Yes, there really is a zoo in Donegal. Experience for yourself at Tropical World Letterkenny. tropicalworld.ie.
Imagine enjoying a relaxing break without all that airport stress? You can do this with JMG Travel. Book a no-fly cruise with departures from Dublin and Cove. Go to Iceland, Norway, Spain, Portugal, France, the Baltic Sea or the Canaries. Book your cruise at jmgcruise.com or call 074 91 35201.
Glen Columkill Folk Village, celebrating 50 years in business on August 7th. glenfolkvillage.com. Come and join in the fun.
Bus feeder for your luxury coach service. Donegal to Scotland up to 4 times weekly. Plus Donegal, Sligo, Mayo and Galway. Twice daily all year round. Visit busfeeder.ie.
Donaghy Safety Training, Consultancy and Site Audits, Machine Certification. Health and safety done the right way. Check us out on donaghysafetytraining.ie.
The Cope Dunlow, proud sponsors of the Mary from Dunlow Festival, at the heart of the community. Your community cooperative. Greenshoes.com stock a large variety of shoes for men, ladies and children. Shop in store and online with free deliveries and returns.
Welcome back. We're here in Dunlow and we are awaiting the announcement of who will be the 50th Mary from Donegal. It's lovely to have your company from wherever you're watching. We are having a great time here in Donegal, are we not? Well, they can say what they like about social media, but I got it the old way. We have a request for Celine Cunningham, who is watching in Killybegs, and she'll be 76 tomorrow. So Celine, happy birthday to you. And Peggy Farr is here with her daughter from Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania. We want to welcome them, and we want to send greetings to Mary Teresa, who I'm sure is watching in Wilkesboro. So hello to you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like just to acknowledge the presence and the arrival of all these young men. Give them a big round of applause. Our escorts for tonight. And aren't they looking fine and dandy? They are all, including myself, suited and booted thanks to Evolve Menswear and Letterkenny. So a big thank you to Evolve Menswear, Letterkenny. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to invite on stage a young lady who has been just the most wonderful representative for our town, our festival and our county. This time last year she was awaiting, just like the girls are waiting in the back, to see who would be the 2016 Mary from Donegal, and it turned out to be her. She represented the Gaeltacht. Will you welcome Eva Newgivlin? The fáilte ót Eva. Míle cutta me go breid. Jim at the hen.
Go mai,
What the gorka galanta nart.
Gurvile mai, good mai varay.
Eva, you have been a wonderful Mary from Donegal.
Thank you.
What was it like at this point last year? How are the girls feeling in the back right now?
That's what I said not too long ago. I'm very, very nervous myself, and I don't know why, and I don't know how they're feeling. I don't know how nervous they could be right now. This time last year, I was shaking like a leaf, and Siobhan Dunn, the former Mary before me, had to tell me to cop on, calm down, and get up and do what you have to do. And I had an absolute ball this time last year, so they're filled with nerves and excitement, and they all did a brilliant job.
Now tell us just a wee bit, I know you can't tell us all about your year, but tell us a wee bit of what your year was like.
Well, I was crowned on the Sunday night, and the Monday night I went straight to New York and was touring with my group, so I was straight on the stage with the sash and the crown and letting everyone know about the festival. And I also got the chance to go to New York and Philadelphia and represent the festival over there and walk in the St. Patrick's Day parades, which was a dream come true. The whole thing has been a dream come true.
Well, I suppose the most important thing of all is family, and I think is your mom here tonight?
She is. She's
Is
there.
your brother here tonight?
I'm a little brother.
Very good. Well, we want to acknowledge both of you because you have been a great support
They sure
to
have.
Eva. So thank you very, very
and all
much.
my family
all
down there
your
in the
family.
back.
Thank you. Lovely. Now, you have performed many, many duties throughout the year, but there is one very important duty that you must do, and you must tell us which of these young men are going to be Escort of the Year.
Well, we've been very, very lucky as Marys. We've had 15 lovely escorts who've been so good to us all week, and great crack. So, there can only be one winner.
Will I hold that so you can open the envelope?
So, the Escort of the Year for 2017 is Callum Keaveney.
Well, Callum. Well done, Callum.
Thank you.
This has been a night and a half for you.
I know. First you hold my mic and now I get this.
Would you recommend being an escort to people, young lads watching now, because they're always looking for escorts here in Dunlo?
It was great crack, in fairness, getting to know the boys. Like, in the first day you don't really know how to act or who to chat to, but you don't be long opening up after a couple of vodkas or a couple of drinks, I can tell you that.
And the girls, who do you think is going to be Mary from Dunlow?
I have to stand by my Rachel. I think she's going to
You're good boy. Well, we congratulate you. We thank all of the young men. I have to say that they are all fantastic young men. They conduct themselves so well, and they are really, for the period they're with the girls, they just look after them just in the best possible way. So we thank them. Give them all a big round of applause. And well done, Callum. Thank you very much. And Eva, we thank you very much. You will come back and perform your last duty in a few minutes. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, our wonderful 2016 Mary. Eva, you give it. Thank you. And thank you, lads. Well done. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite on stage a lady who is very, very important to all of us here in Dunlow, and indeed more so to the festival. Will you welcome the chairperson of the committee, our very own Mary Ward. Stand back, boys, and let Mary up. There you are, Mary. I knew you would get through there.
I had to fight my way through all those handsome young men. I had to fight my way through all those handsome
And
young men.
I knew it would be no bother to you. I know you maybe you're small in stature, Mary, but my mother used to say, the weer the bee, the bigger the buzz. And that's certainly true about you. Mary, this has been an incredible year.
It has been a wonderful year. We had our AGM on the 28th of August last year, and on the 29th of August, we started planning the 50th Mary from Dunlow. We started by approaching a number of people and asking them if they would form various committees, which they all rose to the occasion. We had the 50th Mary Reunion Committee, and I think everybody would have to agree that they put on a most wonderful weekend here last weekend. We had the Law Gaelic Committee, and then, of course, we had the Parade Committee. And I think the Parade Committee deserve a big boola boss. I have never seen anything like that parade that went down the main street of Dunlow today.
Fantastic.
You know,
absolutely.
But one of the early days of the week, I think it was Patsy Graham who was thrown in at the deep end. She said that she had a fridge magnet, and it says on the fridge magnet that you should do something every day to frighten you. Well, there was an awful lot of frightened people in Dunlow this week, and to each and every one of them, I would say, on behalf of the 2017 Mary from Dunlow Committee, Gora Míle Maithagad, you were all great, but there was one hero stood out above all else. Well, maybe two, but one in particular, Daniel O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mary.
I think
it's a privilege.
Earlier, Malachy said what a great job you had done, and indeed you had. You turned up at every single thing, and I think you and not just during the week of the festival, but in the lead up to the festival, all the promotion that you and Magella did for the festival, we could never thank you enough. And I hope we don't ever have to pay you, because we could never do that either.
It's a real privilege.
We most certainly
Thank you,
could
Mary.
never. But there is one thing I would like to do tonight, and I have colluded with Magella in this. So I would like to call Martina Diver onto the stage, and we would like to do something.
Thank you very much.
First of all, this is... Martina! Don't go, Martina. Magella made two suggestions. One was a poster commemorating the 50th, and that we have done. And the other is we also have a Tom O'Toole painting. Gay O'Toole. Josephine.
Thank you. Do you
and,
know?
and again, the Gay O'Toole is very special. We think this is I remember, Daniel, when my girls were teenagers and they would work voluntary during the festival week, and for 3 weeks afterwards, all I could hear in the house was, "There's always a fire in the kitchen."
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you very much. Okay. Or no telephone, but the one thing our house is a home. Thank you very much, Mary.
So that reminded me of
thank
that.
you.
So Gay O'Toole said, if you want to change it for something else, you're quite
Oh,
welcome.
this is
to come
lovely. Thank you so much. And thank you for this. I'm not going to speech or anything like that, but I just want to say on behalf of all the local people how appreciative we are of you. You will never know. I know that there's a very small committee of you who have put all of this together. I know you've had subcommittees and they have done a tremendous job. But to have put it together, I know that there are nights when I'm sure you are tearing your hair out, trying to just figure how everything is going to be done. And never take it that we take it for granted, because we appreciate it, we love the festival, and we really hope that, please God, you will be able to do it. I hate to put it on you, but now when I have you here, I hope you will be able to keep it going for a long time.
Martina kept saying to me, you better make money, because if you don't make money, we'll be here forever. I think we've made money.
Well, we hope really that you will be able to do it again, because this has been a tremendous week. So for all of us here, whether it's the people in business or just people like myself who just love this festival, Garamila Mayagav, and thank you so much. Thank you.
And just before I go, I would like, as well as thanking all the committees, to thank all our sponsors, our helpers. And just everybody in this week has played a tremendous part, and I know it's probably foolish to thank anybody, but from the bottom of my heart, I thank everybody. But I'd just like to say in particular to Ray Milley, Joseph, sorry, Viola.
Joseph is fine.
Joseph and Kevin Sweeney, that thank you. They were the 3 core helpers on the street, and also to James Jordan, who has kept the street immaculate this week. Garamila Mahagav Galer.
Thank you, Mayor. Mary Ward, ladies and gentlemen, Garamila Mahagav. And thank you to John Gorman and everybody here in the sports centre attached to the school for allowing us to use this facility tonight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's magic in the air here in Dunlow all week, and now we are going to have magic on the stage. Will you put your hands together and welcome on stage Rod Hodd. He may have disappeared. Rod Hogg, are you there? He may have disappeared. Are you there, Rod Hogg? Dear God, there he is. I thought you disappeared, Rod.
Not at all. How are you?
Good lad yourself. How are you
Very
doing?
well. How are you?
Great.
How are you, folks? See about 6 of them clapped there, Daniel. Did you see that?
Well, you just don't have my appeal, you know, Rod. Don't worry.
I think another 6 clapped there.
Rod. That's the way to go.
How are you, folks? I want to do a little test to see how intelligent you are, which will determine what I do for the next few minutes. So, can everyone do this for a second? Turn your hands back to back. That's face to face, but if you want to do it that way, that's okay. Put your right hand up a little bit. Go across and come down and clasp your 2 hands together. That's the wrong way around there. You'll get it in the end. Can you do that with your pinkies? Is your thumbs pointing? What are you doing, Daniel? Never worry about it. Is your thumbs pointing towards the floor? Okay, if you'd all watched me correctly, you should all be able to do this. I think you started in that position, to be fair. She's not going to get it. Don't worry about it. It's arthritis. Don't look at me like that, please. Don't look at me like that. Are we having a good lady to join us here now, are we?
We're having a good lady. You needed another assistant, so I'll welcome Magella. If she is there, maybe she'll come up and join us. But for God's sake, don't make her disappear. It took me nearly 40 years to find her.
Come on, Magella.
Come on out, Magella.
How are you? Good to see you. You're good. So how long have you been married?
We've been married since 2002. It'll be 15 years this November.
How long have you been happily married, Magella?
I've been happily married for 17.
17?
From the time I met him.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little test here. Now, you don't look like a man that plays poker, do you?
I don't.
No. Do you play poker?
No.
No. We're not going to play poker, but we're going to have a little experiment using a pack of cards.
Right.
So are you left or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, give me your left hand. Just hold on like that. One at a time, I just want you to count 10 cards from the top of the pack into my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just you make sure that box is empty. Take them there.
Box?
Is empty. Take the cards as well. Make sure the box is empty.
Yeah.
Put the cards inside the box.
Right.
Put the box away somewhere where I can't get it on your person. Bearing in mind that I am a pickpocket.
Okay.
You're so predictable. Thank you. So I'll do this for you, Magella. I'll count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You must be psychic because you told me you were right-handed before I even asked. Put them somewhere where I can't get them. Magella, I could still get those, to be fair.
Get to your room down there.
Okay. What's your name? Kate, could you give me a number between 1 and 4, quickly? 3. 3 cards are going to transfer from there and end up in the box in there.
Okay.
And I'm not going to touch you. You'll be glad to know. And I won't touch you. You'll be glad to know. You said 3. I've never met you before in my life. No. Are you watching?
I'm feeling.
Now be honest, did you feel something?
No.
No. Where's the box?
I was afraid you might have to touch me, so I put it in here.
Excellent. I'm glad you cleared that up.
Good.
Did you feel that?
No.
Nothing?
No.
You felt nothing?
Where are you from, right?
Acadie.
Where's that?
It's the biggest townland in Ireland.
I see. Because I was thinking when you had a Derry accomplice, maybe you're from Derry, you know.
County?
You are from County? Oh, see how you picked you, kid.
Yeah.
Huh?
You didn't feel anything, though?
No.
Card number 2. Can you see it, Kate? No. Correct. It's invisible. Did you feel that?
No.
15 years of marriage and you don't feel anything. Card number 3, Kate. To be honest, did you feel that, Magella?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Daniel?
No.
Nothing. But I gave you 10 cards. You took 10 cards.
I did.
You took 10 cards, you put them in a box. I never touched you.
Mary and Holy St. Joseph.
Did they all go down?
They're not there.
Can you bring them out, please?
No.
Are they all gone?
It was gravity made that happen, not magic.
Oh, hang on, I found them.
Yeah, I found them, yeah.
I thought they were gone, really.
Yeah,
Oh, they're a bit warm now.
I can imagine. Put them in my hand.
I thought they were gone. Which way up?
Doesn't matter. Yes, they're roasting. Take them back again. Take them back. Just one at a time now. Just count them into my hand, one at a time.
Face
Doesn't matter. Face up's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You said 3. Yes, I knew you were going to check. There's nothing else there. No.
There is, but there's
no cards there. No cards.
They better be there. We paid a fortune to get them.
Daniel, can you bring out the card box?
Okay.
Take the cards, I'll take the box off you.
Okay.
Jill, if you would just hold that. One at a time, loud and clear into my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards. Put you in the box.
Very good. That is amazing.
Okay, there's controversy here because you said amazing and your wife said very good.
Well, you know.
Amazing.
That's better. So,
Will I put them back?
you can do, yeah. Can I see your fingers as well? I'll just take those off you. Could I borrow that wedding ring?
Oh, now listen here, me boy.
Yeah, will the wedding ring and the other ring come together?
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's even better.
Is that a problem?
No, it's not. It means it's going to be a better night for me then.
Soldered together.
Do you have any money you could lend me?
No, you'll have enough on the ring.
Be very careful. This belongs to my daughter. She's 10 years old. She doesn't know I have this tonight. You don't want to damage it. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to harm it in any way. Can you just very carefully thread your ring onto this e-ticket? Because I'm not insured. I am insured. Have you got a wallet on you?
No. I might have one. Oh, no, that's...
Do you have a note?
You know fine royalty doesn't carry money.
You had that on you earlier when I got it out of your pocket. You didn't realise. 50 euros. 15 years of marriage bliss. I'm going to take this. Tell me this. Have you ever been hypnotised before?
No.
Have you?
No.
Would you like to be?
Only when I met Magella, but...
Which means you're technically still hypnotised. Magella, just watch your ring. I've been booked for 15 minutes. We've got another 12 to go here, Daniel. It's not going to work. Have you any money on you at all? No? Like a fiver?
Right.
It was a yes or no answer would have done there.
What did he say?
Have you any money?
Anything.
Anything? Maybe not.
There's a fiver for you.
Okay. So take the fiver. Can you just blow in the 50? Okay. Do it again. You spat in my nose, Daniel. Do it again, one. Just don't spit. Perfect. Did you see what you did?
No.
You made my daughter's silk vanish.
Oh, my life.
And a very important ring.
No. Worth more than €55.
You've only got 5. Now, I have to tell you now, the vanish of the ring is in book volume 1. The reappearance is in book volume 2. And I don't have book volume 2 yet.
Well, you better get writing, me boy.
Book volume 2 costs €5. Thank you. I'll get it ordered tomorrow and we'll get this sorted out during the week.
You will.
Do you know anyone on the front row, do you? Do you know this guy here who doesn't like eye contact right now?
Mm-hmm.
This man, do you know him?
Well, I do. I know who he is.
Do you have a wallet on you, sir? Could I see your wallet? Can I just see it? Now we know which pocket he keeps it in.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just give me your wallet? Now, I've never met you before. I've never spoken to you in my life.
But he's a big fella that. I wouldn't be taking anything.
What do you do for a living?
A retired police officer, be God, me boy. You'll hit
so
the
his
floor
life's just the
very
same
hard.
as it was whenever he was working, pretty much. 4 people got that joke.
Okay.
How long are you retired? You enjoying your retirement? It's got loads of money for a retired police officer. I've never met you before. Inside that man's wallet, at the bottom of it is a silk. Somebody said, "Oh my God, tell her my name's Rod."
Huh? Rod.
Magella. Inside here is a very, very expensive ring.
My word.
Attached.
Now, how about that?
You don't have that back? Just take that very carefully.
Is that amazing?
I'll take €50 out of that wallet, will I?
No, I wouldn't.
No. He's retired, he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Every time I do that, I get my €50 back. I get my daughter's
I thought
silk
you
back.
said that was my 50.
No, I have something that belongs to you, though. That's yours. That was just collateral in case it went wrong.
Isn't that fantastic?
We've got all the bank details that we need. It's a good catch. Well done. Can you just check that your ring is intact and that every single diamond is still there? Polished as well?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. I think we're going to get some Marys on. I think we have 6 Marys backstage waiting to come on.
Have we got 6 Marys backstage
we
going to
have.
come on? Are we dispensed with now?
No, you're not. I need
No. Come on, girls.
Yeah, I'm finished with you. Thank you. Thank you
There's
so much.
Victoria.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Come on, give them a clap, please.
And Neve.
See you, Magella.
Hi,
Thank you, Magella.
Emma.
No kisses.
Alicia. And Marissa. Who else is coming? There's Alice. Well done.
Daniel, do you play the lottery? National Lottery, do you play it?
An odd time.
Do you play it out there? Put your hand up if you play the lottery. Okay. Girls, do you just come forward a little bit? Do you play the lottery? No. Yes, you do. Okay. Actually, just take one step back. Perfect. When was the last time you bought a lottery ticket?
About 2 weeks ago.
Did you win?
No.
Okay. Some facts about the lottery. If you play the lottery, you are actually 3 times, you have more chances, 3 times more chances to be eaten by a shark. 5 times more likely to be struck by lightning. If you live in the US, you're 53 more times likely to become the president of America. In fact, if you win the lottery, you have more chance of dying while going to collect your winnings than actually winning the lottery to start with, which kind of defeats the purpose. But what I have here, I have a little lottery syndicate book. I want you to see every single number is different. Daniel, I'm going to show this to you as well, so I know you're quite skeptical of me. You can see that every number is different. What I'm going to do for you, can you just flick open the book, anywhere you like, and just look at one number, memorize it, just flick it open, memorize a number. Yeah. You got a number? Yeah. Can you do the same? Just get a number, you get a number. Memorize your number, don't forget it. And we're going to see if I can get inside your heads. Do you get one? You got a number? Yeah. So it's 6 numbers. There's no way I could possibly know what number you're thinking of right now. Sure not? No. No. That's what you think. I want you to close your eyes now and just keep a poker face. That means no smiling, unless you play poker when you smile. Just think of your number and nothing else, girls. Nothing else, just think of your number. I'm going to name some numbers out loud. If I get 1 number, that would be pretty good. If I get 2, it would be even better. I don't think I'm going to get 3 or 4, certainly not 5 or 6 numbers. If I name your number out loud, just keep a poker face, give nothing away till the very end, and think of your numbers now. Okay, I am seeing 7, 19, 35, 37, 44, poker face, and 26. So in order, I think that was 7, 19, 26, 35, 37, and 44. Girls, if I named your number, just go back behind stage again, please. Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Would you like the numbers for next week?
I wouldn't mind the numbers for next week if you had them. Sure, we could share it among ourselves. It would be great for the community if we all won it, wouldn't it?
It would. You give me that $5 and I'll buy you 5 tickets.
No, you tell me the numbers and I'll buy me own.
Daniel, it's been a pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for Rod Hodge? Well done.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much.
You.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wonderful altogether. I just don't know how that. Well, I can see our judges have returned, so we obviously have our Mary selected. I would not have liked your job. I know it was not easy. So we will welcome back on stage all of our Marys, and as they come on, I would like you to give them all collectively a wonderful round of applause. Don't let it stop. From Dublin, Caroline McGrotty, Philadelphia, Marissa Berry, London, Alicia Walsh, Gaeltacht, Courtney Newell, Dunlow, Rachel Doherty, New York, Megan Grace McGill, from Meath, Ashlyn Power, all the way from Surrey, Emma Boyle, Donegal, Niamh Gaffigan, Edinburgh, Sarah Meakin, from Florida, Victoria Sexton, from Glasgow, Alicia, that's Alicia Medford, Sligo, Kate Healy, and Bayonne, Christina Gill. Well, we would now like to invite the chairperson of our judging panel to come on stage. That's Crona Byrne. Crona, we welcome you. Give her a great big round of applause. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, Crona, I already said to your fellow judges, I'm sure the task was not easy.
No, it hasn't been. There are exceptional girls here this year with exceptional qualities. And I have to say a big thank you, first of all, to all the Marys for travelling from near and far, to their families, to their centres, and to all the local support who've been with them this week. It's been really incredible. To my fellow judges, thank you very much. And to the Mary of Dunloe Festival Committee, well done on a great, great festival.
Thank you very much, Crona. Well, I suppose I should take this envelope from you. There's no changing your minds now.
There's no changing our minds at all.
Very good. Well, thank you very much,
Thank you
ladies
very
and
much.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Crona and all of our judges. Thank you. We would now like to welcome our little Miss Mary for this year. That's Madison McFadden. Madison is accompanied by her little Miss escort, Dylan Wilson. There 1 minute till we find out where you're from. Madison, where are you from?
I'm from Gweedore.
From Gweedore?
Yeah.
My goodness. And what's it like to be little Miss Mary?
It's different.
Oh. Did you ever think you'd be little Miss Mary?
No.
But
no.
you like it all right, do you?
Yeah, yeah.
And me young man, Dylan, where are you from?
I'm from Dunloe.
Are you from Dunloe? Dylan Wilson. And how old are you, Dylan?
I'm 10.
You're 10. And what do you think of her?
Pretty.
Pretty? Are you delighted to be an escort?
Yeah.
Well, I hope when you two get big that you will be an escort and you will be a Mary. Give them a great big round of applause. Lovely. Thank you. Take a wee step back there now. We'd like to invite back on stage our 2016 Mary, Eva Nugivlin. And honoured we are to invite our first ever Mary to accompany and assist Eva, Celine Powell Cullen. And Celine will be presenting the Mary with the same chain that she won all of those 49 years ago when she became the first Mary from Dunloe. So it's wonderful to have that. So, are you all right, girls? I think it's time that we open the envelope. We've had a wonderful time. And this is a very special title. Of course, all of the Marys have had a very special title. But we are really wishing our 50th Mary all the best. All of you girls have been fantastic. We wish that all of you could leave as Mary from Dunloe because all of you are worthy. You have been wonderful representatives of your centres. You have been wonderful representatives of your families, which is most important. And we thank you all very much for taking part. Give them a great big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2017 Mary from Dunloe and our 50th Mary that will represent us for the next year comes all the way from Glasgow. Alicia Medford. We will ask Eva first to remove her Glasgow sash and replace it with the 2017 sash for Mary from Dunlow. And now we will place on her head the famous crown that Eva has worn for the past year. We'll ask Celine if she will do the honour of placing the chain, the famous Mary from Dunlow chain, where Alicia's name will now be present with all of the previous winners who have taken the crown. And we'll ask little Miss Mary to present Alicia with a lovely bunch of flowers. So, Alicia, if you give your flowers back, our little Mary will hold them, and I have something I need to sing for you. Oh, there's Winnie, her grandmother. Come on, Winnie. And Grandad as well. Oh, then fare thee well, sweet Donegal, the roses and Gidor. I'm crossing the main ocean where the foaming billows roar. It breaks my heart from you to part, where I spend many happy days. Farewell to kind relations, I am bound for America. Oh, then Mary, you're my heart's delight, my pride and only care. It was your cruel father would not let me stay there, but absence makes the heart grow fond, and when I am over the main, may the Lord protect my darling girl till I return again. Everybody. Oh, I wish I was in sweet Dunlow and seated on the grass, and by side a bottle of wine, and on my knee, alas, I'd call for liquor of the best, and I'd pay before I would go, and I'd roll my Mary in my arms in the town of sweet Donegal. Hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. We're going to take our new Mary down the town, accompanied by all of our Marys. Join us in the town if you can. Thank you for being here. Thanks to everybody in Donegal Daily. Thank you very much, and good night until next year.